Hello students, welcome to our online video tutorial class. So today I have come with the next video where I will be discussing about the next physiological system in human being, that is the excretory system. I think you have seen all the previous videos, and in the previous videos we have discussed about the respiratory system as well as circulatory system both. So after circulatory system, the next and the last system which is coming under our physiological process, that is the excretory system. So let's start today's video. First, when we will be starting about the excretory system, first of all we have to know what is the definition of excretion. We all know excretion is a mechanism through which the various kind of waste materials or waste products will be released from any individual organism's body. Why it will be get released? Because if those specific waste products will be remain deposited in our body, that will be creating toxicity. So for reducing that toxicity, so that will not be get affected by those kind of toxic matter, obviously excretory system is there for releasing all of the waste products. Now the point is, what is the significance of this excretion? There are mainly two significances. Mainly we all know the excretion is helping us to release the excretory materials or nitrogenous wastes from our body. Second most important significance is that osmoregulation. What does it mean? Osmoregulation means the regulation of osmotic concentration of our body fluid or of any organism's body fluid. So how we are actually maintaining that? Keep it in your mind. Whatever the waste materials are present in our blood, if we can release those excretory materials from our body or from any of the organism's body, obviously the concentration of the blood, it will come back to its normal concentration, because there is obviously a standard concentration of the blood. When the excretory materials start depositing within the blood, obviously that concentration of the blood is getting really increased day by day. So if the concentration of the blood is increasing day by day, obviously it will be creating a problem. On that time blood can't flow properly through the blood vessel, the velocity of the blood it will be get reduced. So for just minimizing these kind of problems, obviously the purification of the blood is very much necessary, and for that purpose excretory system is there for the purification of the blood. That system is just releasing or just segregating the excretory material from the blood by the help of some organs, and when the excretory material will be get segregated, automatically blood will just get back its normal concentration, and again the blood will start flowing in its normal velocity. So osmoregulation is very much important. Another more important thing in the osmoregulation is we always need to maintain the various kind of cation and anion concentration in our body or in our body fluid. So if the excretory process will not be there, obviously the balance of those ions, cations and anions in between our body fluid as well as in urine, it will not be maintained properly. So for keeping all of the ions within the blood, this process of excretion is very much necessary. So that's why I have written osmoregulation is very much necessary. For that purpose excretion any organism is doing. So first we will be entering within the excretion in plants. So first of all we have to know whatever the excretory products are commonly present in plants. First one, you can see that plants are actually producing carbon dioxide, oxygen and water vapor as their excretory product. How? When the plants are performing photosynthesis, on that time oxygen they are releasing, so oxygen is the waste product on that time. When the plants are performing respiration, on that time obviously like other organism, carbon dioxide is the excretory product. And when the plants are performing transpiration, on that time obviously the excess water will be released in a form of water vapor. That means through the process of photosynthesis, respiration and transpiration, we have seen there are three excretory products: oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor respectively. So these things will be released from the plant body through the process of excretion. If you see in case of plant body also, there are several solid materials are also remain stored. As an example, graphite. Okay, so graphite is such kind of solid material. There are other several liquid materials are also present in the plant body. So plants are actually storing those substances inside their body. According to requirement, they will be just releasing those waste matter from their body through the process of excretion. Plants can release next type of the excretory material, that is gum and resin. In case of some of the plant, you can see that the plants are releasing gum like substance, that is a sticky fluid, white color fluid, little bit dense. So that specific sticky dense white color fluid as well as resin also, that same kind of fluid that will be released by some of the plants. Those are secreted from their bark or from their body surface. So this kind of fluids are considered as plant excretory material. Maybe those fluids are very much important for us, those are used as for our welfare. As an example, gum is utilized for making various kind of adhesives, as well as resin is utilized for making the rubber, as well as resin is utilized sometimes as a fuel. So maybe those specific substances have a value for human being, but there is no value of these kind of substances to plants. These are because they are the excretory materials of the plant. Now I am coming to the excretory organs. Mainly if you see in case of plant body, there are two types of excretory organs at present. In like the animals, there is no specific excretory organ in plants, but after that also two types of organs or two types of structures, we can consider them as an excretory organ. First, stomata present in the leaves and lenticels which are present on the surface of stem. Because the stomata and these lenticels, these are commonly or mainly responsible for releasing various kinds of gaseous substances, water vapor, to the external environment during the time of excretion. So mainly the vaporization process is done by them. Now I am just coming for the mechanism of excretion. That means whatever the mechanisms are commonly followed by the plants for their excretion. First one you can see here, vaporization. Just now I have told, in case of plants they are releasing various kinds of excretory material. As an example, carbon dioxide, oxygen, water vapor through the vaporization process. Because for the vaporization responsible organs which are present in the plants, that means that is stomata and lenticel, and through the stomata and lenticel what the plant can do, they can release the water vapor, gaseous substances like oxygen and carbon dioxide to the external environment. So vaporization is the first mechanism of excretion. Shading of leaves. We all know in case of plants, some of the various kinds of solid and liquid waste materials remain stored within the leaves, and when the leaves are getting older, when they are getting shrinked, or when the color is getting yellowish, on that time they will be just get detached from the plant body. Keep it in your mind, when the leaves are getting detached from the plant body, that means only the leaf is getting detached from the plant body. That is not. There is another thing is also getting detached, that is the excretory material that is getting released from the plant body. So for that purpose only the plant is just losing their leaves or the shading of their leaves. Next, peeling of bark. In case of bark also same thing. When the bark remain fresh, almost green in color, but when it is getting older, when it is getting very much dark in color, dark brown, and it is also getting very much dried, so that you will just press it, it will be getting broken into small pieces. So on that condition, bark also is getting shaded off from the plant body surface. Why? Because within that also plant has stored various kind of solid and liquid waste materials. So if the bark will not be detached or dissociated from the plant body, obviously plant will not be capable to release those solid and liquid waste materials. So for that reason, obviously the detaching of these bark or the peeling of the bark is very much necessary procedure for the excretion in plants. Felling of fruit. This is also another very important point, because the fruit which is generally produced by the plant, we think when the fruit is getting matured, it is getting detached from the plant body. So what is the advantage of detaching the fruit from the plant body? Because obviously there should be advantage of the plant. The advantage is when the fruit is getting totally filled with excretory material, then only the plant will detach it from its body. We are thinking we are getting the fruit, we are getting the food from it, so for that reason plant is giving it to us. No. Plant is not giving it for us for our purpose. They have also the purpose. What is the purpose? That releasing the excretory material through the fruit, and that is also containing that solid and liquid waste material. Next, releasing of the gum and resin. That already I have told. In case of some of the plant, rubber plant, gum and resin releasing plants, their bark or their body surface is responsible for secreting white colored sticky dense fluid, and those are the gum and resin. Maybe we have some uses with those, because we can use those things for several purposes, but plants are actually releasing those gum and resins because those are the excretory material to the plant. Plant actually don't need this kind of gum and resin, because these things have no value to the plants. Releasing waste product around the soil. Obviously you have understood, by the peeling of the bark, by felling of the fruit, by shading of the leaves, obviously they are releasing the excretory material surrounding their area, that means in the soil. So obviously addition of those excretory materials to the soil is main the target, because if those excretory materials will not be added into the soil, in the soil nitrogen fixing bacteria are present, so they can't just degrade the nitrogenous substances, and the nitrogenous content in the soil, it will not increase, because there is another also the target they are present in plant, because if the nitrogenous waste will not be added in the soil, the fertility of the soil will not be increased, and if the fertility of the soil will not be increased, automatically how the plant will be getting the nitrogens from the soil, because nitrogen is necessary for making everything, protein, enzyme and several other things present in the plant body, or as well as this nitrogen is coming to animal body also from the plants. So for that reason the animals are also surviving, because they can also produce the protein, hormone, vitamins, enzymes, everything. So the nitrogenous waste releasing into the soil, that is very much necessary, okay, for survival of the plant only, as well as the other animals also who are dependent on the plant directly as well as indirectly. So I think you have understood properly this entire portion, that is the excretion in plants, excretory organs, excretory products and excretory mechanism. Now coming to the next point, that is excretion in animals. In case of animals also, when we will start discussing about the excretory mechanism or excretory organ, before that we have to know about from the lower organism to the higher organism whatever the various kind of excretory organs present. First one, that is amoeba. In case of amoeba, we can see plasma membrane is acting as an excretory organ. It is a respiratory organ as well as it is the excretory organ. Why? Because they can release carbon dioxide through it by the process of diffusion. As well as if you see the contractile vacuole, that is another structure. It's not only present in amoeba, it's present in paramecium also. That specific structure is responsible for releasing nitrogenous waste, excess water. Okay, as well as it is responsible for maintaining the osmoregulation. So the contractile vacuole is a specific excretory organ present in the amoeba, and with the plasma membrane obviously is there for the diffusion of carbon dioxide. If you consider the earthworm is also another kind of it has also another kind of excretory organ. As an example, nephridia. Nephridia is such kind of excretory organ through which it is releasing nitrogenous wastes. As well as earthworm has moist skin. So obviously the moisture which is present on the surface of the skin, that is responsible for exchanging various gases with the environment. So obviously it will be easier for the earthworm to release the carbon dioxide into the open environment. Coming to the human, if you come to the human, you will be seeing the main excretory organ is kidney, because through the kidney we are releasing our chief excretory product, that is urea. Okay, because urea which is present in the urine, that will be released through it. But with that, lung and skin, these two other excretory organs are also present. Through the lung we are releasing carbon dioxide, and through the skin we are releasing sebum, sweat, this kind of fluids or this kind of secretion, because through this kind of secretions also we can release carbon dioxide and water from our body. Okay, so for that reason obviously in case of human being, these are the excretory organ, kidney, lung and skin. Coming to the next point and the last point for this video, that is the excretory organ or excretory system in human being. So excretory organ means specifically we know that kidney is the chief excretory organ present in the human being, but with that also several other structures are also involved or also they are present. So let's see what is the structure is. You can see, first of all you can see here that the two kidneys are present. Those are commonly bean shaped structure, and those are present towards our dorsal side, that means towards the back side, in these two sides. Okay, it is actually present. And keep it in your mind, right kidney, that is this one, is present little bit lower than the left one. Why? Because keep it in your mind properly. You just think, when we have studied about the nutrition, our esophagus has come down. After coming the esophagus down, in which side the stomach is present? Obviously, when we have drawn the stomach to the right hand side of the esophagus. That means actually it is present in your left side of the esophagus. So when the stomach is present in the left side of the esophagus, that means left side of the kidney should be downward than the right one. But why the right one is downward than the left one? Because again remember, in the left hand side the stomach is present of the esophagus, but in the right side of the esophagus what is present? The liver, largest digestive gland. So due to presence of the largest digestive gland, it is taking more place in the right hand side than the left side. So automatically for stomach, left kidney is not moving down, but for the liver as well as for other small intestinal structure, the right hand side kidney is little bit lower than the left hand side. Okay, so keep it in your mind very carefully. Right hand side kidney is little bit lower than the left hand side kidney, and both of the kidneys are present towards the dorsal side, that means near to our vertebra. Which vertebra? Our lumbar vertebra. Okay, lumbar vertebra. So nearby our lumbar vertebra, this kidney are present. Now the point is, within this kidney, always keep it in your mind, renal artery is entering. Why? Because renal artery is always containing the oxygenated blood, but the most important thing is that the artery is carrying the impure blood also, because various nitrogenous waste from our each and every body organ or cell, it has come to or it has joined into renal artery. It has all mixed, just come to the renal artery. Now the renal artery is carrying only oxygenated blood, but that is the most impure one. So obviously impure blood is entering within the kidney. Within the kidney the purification is happening. After purification is getting completed, obviously the urine or the chief excretory product will be coming downward. but the blood has to return back to the body. So who is there for returning that blood? There is another vessel, that is the renal vein. Keep it in your mind, this vein is carrying carbon dioxide containing blood, but this is impure. This is not the impure, this is the pure blood. So from now onwards, please keep it in your mind, the renal artery which is entering within the kidney, maybe that is artery, for that reason it is carrying oxygenated blood, but that blood is the impure one, because it has collected the impure blood from entire body. And in opposite, from the kidney, the renal vein is releasing out, and that vein is containing the carbon dioxide containing blood, but that is the purest one in our body. Okay, because the vein is always carrying the pure blood, and the artery is carrying always the impure blood. And for that reason, during the time of dialysis, always the blood is taken from the artery, not from the vein, because artery is always carrying the impure blood, not the vein. That's why. So just moving forward, so from these two tubes are actually coming outside. These two tubes I am talking about, these are ureters. Ureters are responsible for carrying the urine to the next sac-like structure, that is commonly known as urinary bladder. Keep it in your mind, in the inner wall of the urinary bladder, so many muscles are present which are actually get contracted or relaxed according to the quantity of the urine present within it. Now the point is, this specific urinary bladder is opening outside through a channel or through a tube, that is commonly known as urethra or urethral meatus. Meatus means canal, urethral canal also it can be told. And that canal or the meatus is opening outside through an aperture or pore. Okay, and that is commonly known as urethral aperture. Okay, through which the urine is just moving out. Now here one specific important thing you have to remember, that is what is urinary sphincter. Urinary sphincter is such kind of circular muscle, sphincter muscle, which is present in the junction of urinary bladder and urethral meatus. So why it is present there? It is actually present there because when it is getting contracted automatically, the urine can't move outside from the urinary bladder through the urethral meatus. But when it will relax, automatically the passage is getting open. The entire tube is getting just open, so automatically urine will just released outside. So based on the quantity of the urine present within the urinary bladder, this specific muscle will get contracted or relaxed. When there is no urine, automatically it will be remaining in contracted condition. When the medium or intermediate quantity of urine is also there, on that time also it is remaining in contracted condition. But when the entire urinary bladder is filled with the urine, on that time we can't actually tolerate the pressure. So on that time this muscle or this sphincter is getting released or getting just relaxed, automatically the urine will come out. So obviously this specific urinary sphincter muscle contraction relaxation is getting controlled by our brain, because that is commonly known as micturition reflex, because urination can be also called as micturition. Releasing urine is commonly known as micturition or urination. So this is overall the structure of the excretory organ or rather excretory system in human being. And these are the various excretory organs present in various other organisms. So I think you have understood properly. Again, I am just saying whatever the points we have studied today. First of all, definition of excretion we have studied, then significance of excretion, then excretory products in plants, excretory organs, stomata and lenticule in case of plants, and then the mechanism. 4 to 5 mechanisms are there. Next, excretory organs are present in various animals, including human, and then the excretory organ structure or excretory system structure in human being. And this one you have to study, or we have to study in an elaborate manner. Keep it in your mind. These are the two kidney present towards the dorsal side. Renal artery is entering, renal vein is coming out, and from the two kidneys, two tubes are coming out. Those are ureters. Those ureters are opening within a sac-like structure, that is urinary bladder. And keep it in your mind, inside the urinary bladder there are muscles are present which can get contracted and relaxed according to the quantity of the urine present within the urinary bladder. And next is that the presence of channel, that is a urethral meatus or urethral canal, and that is opening outside through aperture, and that is known as urethral aperture, through which the urine is coming out. And in the junction of urinary bladder and urethral meatus also there is a circular shaped ring shaped muscle or sphincter muscle, that is known as sphincter muscle, urinary sphincter, that is controlling the movement of the urine out of the urinary bladder or not. So this is the entire portion whatever I have completed. I think you have understood properly and you have enjoyed this video a lot. Please study this portion, and if there will be any query, please ask me. Thank you everyone.